Hey everyone, my name is Carmen and welcome to a new slime review video. Today, I'll be giving a 100% honest, underrated slime shop review on Rodem Slimes. She does have around 64,000 followers on Instagram. Even though that's a lot, I still think she deserves a lot more, which is why I consider her one of my favorite underrated slime shops. If you enjoy my videos and slime reviews, make sure to give this video a like and subscribe, and stay tuned for my next restock announcement. Anyways, so I purchased a lot of slimes, I believe $300 worth of slimes. In this package, I received 19 purchased slimes, 2 extra slimes, borax, a carrot card, and a piece of candy. This was a purchase during Black Friday, which is why I had a little discount, and that's why I bought so many slimes. The slimes that I purchased are called Krispy Kirby, Honey Butter Chip, Best Friends Bingsu, Space Square Bomb, Fuji Apple Ice Cream, Boba Croffle, Blackpink Frog Spawn, Peach Cake, Bonfire, Buche de Noel, Frozen Melona Ice Bar, Muncie Cornbread, Emmental Cheesecake, Rudolph Cake, Apple Tart, Strawberry Cake Chip, Fresh Pear Juice, Mashed Potatoes, and Fruits of Love. The 2 extra slimes that I received are called Winter Princess Cake and Merry Chocoball. I purchased so many DIY clay slimes from Rodem, and we're going to be starting off with one, which is called Fuji Apple Ice Cream. This one is a delicious, realistic apple juice scented jelly slime that comes with an apple clay, some clear slime, and apple female slices. The apple clay is super realistic and life size, just like an apple that you can bite out of. This is how I assembled mine. I added the clear slime on the bottom, added some apple female slices, and placed apple clay on top. There's even like a plastic wooden stick charm to look like the apple core, and the clay piece was super soft, really easy to mix in. After fully mixing it in, it turns into a light red, creamy type of jelly slime with a bit of clay in it, so a cloud cream, or not too sure what exactly that type of texture is called, but it's super stretchy, and I would say it's a little runny since it's not too thick, so I did have to activate it to make it a thicker texture that I prefer. But I love how sizzly it gets, inflates a ton, and becomes so foamy. Next up, we have another DIY clay slime, and this one is called Muncie Cornbread. It is a super delicious, savory corn soup scented DIY clay slime. I absolutely love this scent. It is my favorite corn soup scent, and I just love how accurate it is. It also smells a little sweet, which is just so good. Honestly, very fitting for this slime. It comes with some yellow foam chunks, corn female slices, a corn charm, and some green and yellow garnishes. The corn on the cob clay is super soft, super realistic, really easy to mix in. The white glue base is a chewy type of slime, super clicky, a little bit on the thin side, and does have a little bit of jiggle. Once fully mixed, it turns into a slightly chewy, super fluffy clay slime that inflates a ton, becomes nice and sizzly, and definitely recommend any of the clay slimes. Next up from Rodem Slime, we have Blackpink Frog Spawn. This one is a pretty popular texture that they introduced, I believe, into the American slime world. And it is a clear-based crunchy slime that comes with these giant ball beads that look like frog eggs. That's why they're called Frog Spawn. And they also kind of sound like frog croaks when you play with it. The slime is inspired by the K-pop group, so it does have matching black and pink colors and does come with some sparkle glitters. This one is scented strongly with a very pleasant scent. It's labeled as a sakura scent, but to me it kind of smells like fruity and floral, which is still a really nice scent that I really enjoy. Definitely recommend if you're looking for a super unique crunchy slime. So for most of her clear crunchy slimes, you can pick if you want more base or more beads. For this one, I chose more beads. Next up is, of course, another DIY clay slime. This one is called Emmental cheesecake, and the scent for this is savory as well. And I actually really like it. It is a cheese cookie scented, and it smells just like a Ritz cheese cracker sandwich. Like you open it up and this is what it smells like. Very cheesy, very savory. So if you're not a fan of savory scents, definitely don't recommend it. But if you like them savory like I do, then I really suggest this one. It's a super unique scent. It is another white glue based slime. This one isn't as chewy and it does seem a little creamier or thinner. Keep in mind that I did take about a month to film all these slimes, but they weren't that very melted, which I'm really happy for. Anyways, it comes with this giant cheese clay, a cheese charm, and a mouse charm. And as you can see, the clay is super soft, very easy to mix in. Once fully mixed in, it turns into a yellow fluffy clay slime. This one is, of course, really fun to inflate. It becomes nice and sizzly. It's not too thick. Very easy to stretch. Overall, really enjoy this clay slime. Next up, we have Space Square Bomb, which is a clear base scented crunch bomb slime. This one comes with little square beads, some glitters, some little silver little pebbles, not exactly sure, some gems, and an astronaut charm. For this one, I chose more base since it seemed like it would be a little irritating, and I was right. I'm glad that I chose more base. The clear base for this is nice and thick, it's stretchy as well, and scented like fruity lollipop. The scent isn't that strong since you kind of smell like the odor that the bees are giving off, so I would prefer if the scent was a lot stronger. This one is another unique crunchy slime, so if you're looking for that, definitely recommend it. You don't see many of these sold. Fun to squish, nice and crunchy, great for bubble pops, and only just a bit irritating. Next, we have the cutest DIY clay slime in this package. It is called Boba Croffle, and it comes with a chewy, slightly jiggly white glue base, pretty similar to the corn one, and it's scented very strongly like brown sugar boba with a hint of milk tea. This comes with a clay croffle, which is a croissant waffle, some clear slime to look like the boba syrup, some boba pearls, and a clay bear. The little bear is super cute. I love how detailed it is. It looks so adorable sitting on top of the waffle. So mine did dry out and I decided not to mix it in. I'm going to keep it because it looks so cute. I was able to mix in the waffle though. It is slightly dried out but wasn't a huge problem. I still fully mixed it into the slime. Once fully mixed, it turns into another fluffy clay slime. This one has a light brown color, and overall, definitely recommend. You can pick whichever color, style, scent you prefer. The texture that they turn into is pretty similar. Next up is another DIY clay slime. I hope you're not sick of those. Those are my favorite, and I believe y'all probably really enjoy watching the mix-ins, and they're just so unique. So this one is called Bonfire. It comes with a white glue base that is also very similar to the other ones. Very chewy and jiggly, super clicky and glossy. This one comes with a variety of add-ins. So there's a white clay disc, some fire female slices, match female slices, a candle, a bonfire clay, some fake grass, and a fake marshmallow. Very interactive, and I loved how I can light it up to make my own little bonfire. So the clay white disc was super soft, but the bonfire was a little dried out, which is totally my fault. I did let it sit for a month, and I did notice like the smaller pieces that are colored, those ones usually tend to dry out faster. The white glue base was similar to the other one, so it was clicky, slightly chewy, a little jiggly, and this one was scented just like sweet marshmallows, one of my favorite marshmallow scents that I've ever smelled. out. Once fully mixed, it turns into another fluffy clay slime, but this one wasn't as clay heavy as the others, so better for bubble pops. Yes, we have another DIY clay slime, and this one is called Honey Butter Chip, but instead of a white glue base, it comes with a clear base Snow Fizz slime that is pretty packed, super crunchy, very loose and easy to stretch, and it comes with some more clear slime, some sprinkle mixes, a honey wand, I believe that's what it is, and 2 clay potato chips. It is inspired by the Korean honey butter chips. I believe they're Korean, but I think it's a Kalbi brand, and they are super delicious, especially if you like sweet and savory. The scent for this one is sweet and savory as well. I can smell a hint of honey, very strongly of butter with a bit of potato chip. Very easy to mix together, and once fully mixed, the texture doesn't change too much since it's not a lot of clay, but it becomes a light, loose, super fluffy and crunchy Snow Fizz slime. Rodem does sell one of my favorite Snow Fizz slime textures, so I definitely recommend any of them, but make sure to keep in mind that it does have a little bit of snow fallout. Next up, we have peach cake, and to be honest, this is my least favorite texture in the package. It is a chewy sleigh slime, so it has a little bit of clay in it, and it comes with those foam chunks and some sprinkles, and of course, a pink clear slime. Even though it is my least favorite in this package, I still really enjoyed it. It is a super chewy slime. It does inflate a ton, but not as easily as the other clay slimes, but I still love how it gets sizzly. The scent for this one isn't my favorite either. Usually I love peach scents, but this one either seems very light or has like a chemically smell. I'm not too sure if it's like a slime ingredient or if it's from the scent. Next up, we have Best Friends Bingsu, which is a clear base crunchy Bingsu slime. It comes with yellow beads, with some sprinkles, some pink star charms, and an adorable high quality bear charm with a springy frog on top. First off, the scent for this one, lychee apple, smells amazing. Very, very fruity, two of my favorite scents. Definitely recommend if you love fruity scents like I do. The clear base for this one definitely surprised me. I thought it was going to be like a thick clear slime like the other Crunch Bomb slimes, but it wasn't. It was a super stretchy, coated water jelly type of slime. So it was very soft. The beads didn't hurt at all, and it made really, really nice bubble pops and inflates a ton. Definitely recommend this one if you're looking for like a softer, crunchy type slime. Next up is again another DIY clay slime, and I'm sorry if I butcher the pronunciation, but it is called Buche de Noel, which is a Yule log cake slime. So it comes with another white glue based slime, super clicky, semi-jiggly, very chewy, very similar to the other bread ones like the corn one. And it comes with a clay log, a lot of sprinkles, some cornstarch to look like powdered snow or powdered sugar, strawberry charms, and a Merry Christmas wreath. This one has a strong scent that I really love. It smells just like sweet chocolate bread. And if you like sweet bakery scents, chocolate ones, then really suggest you get this one because it smells so good. But I believe it is a seasonal slime. So, keep your eyes out for next year. Anyways, the clay was slightly dried out. I believe it's the coloring, and the coloring does get on your hands for a little bit, but once you play with the slime more, it'll absorb the coloring from your hands, and once fully mixed, it turns into another chewy, fluffy clay slime. Okay, I hope y'all aren't sick of DIY clay slimes because we have another one. This is called Frozen Melona Ice Bar. Comes with a blue jelly slime scented like the Japanese soda. Smells really good, slightly sweet, slightly fruity. And it comes with a clay ice bar with some glitter, some more sprinkles. So there are snowflakes, penguins, and a snowflake charm. The clay was a little dried out, which is again my fault. I did let it sit for a month, but it did make a chunky iceberg looking slime. So when the clay dries out, it's actually not a huge problem because the clay will absorb the moisture in the slime and eventually mix in over time. So if you let it sit for a day or two, it'll soften up and you can mix it in yourself. I believe this is the third or fourth ice bar slime that I purchased from Rodem, so the texture feels very similar. It just turns into a creamy jelly cream slime with a bit of clay in it. Super inflatable, gets sizzly and foamy. Also wanted to point out that all her jelly slimes do have a slight wet residue, so if you're not in love with that, then I wouldn't recommend it. But it's pretty normal for snow slimes to be a little wet because you do need a little snow in it to make it expand. Next up, we have again another DIY clay slime, and this is called Apple Tart. It comes with a crunchy snow fizz slime. I believe it might be white glue based or it could be clear glue, but I'm leaning toward white glue. It smells just like an apple pie, but more like the filling and less like the pie. I don't smell the buttery crust, but more of like an apple filling with some hint of cinnamon. It comes with a clear base jelly cube slime, a clay tart, apple fumal slices, and an apple charm. The clay tart wasn't too dried out and pretty easy to mix in. Once fully mixed in, it turns into another creamy, inflatable, crunchy, sizzly snow fizz slime. I believe this one has less snow fallout, and I enjoy this one more since it does feel like it has a little more crunch. Next up, we have strawberry cake chip, and I believe this one is a similar texture to peach cake, except that it comes with some foam chunks, some more add-ins, and it feels like it's a little less activated. This one does have a similar odor, but it's not as strong as a peach cake. I do smell the sweet strawberry cake scent, which smells delicious. Anyways, the add-ins are super cute. I love how there is a variety and it even comes with a charm. It is super chewy, super bouncy, and the foam chunks give it some texture as well. This one does inflate a ton too, gives nice bubble pops, and does get nice and fluffy. Next up, of course, is another DIY clay slime. This is called mashed potatoes. It comes with a jelly slime scented just like pineapples. This jelly slime is super juicy like all the other jelly slimes that come with all the other DIY clay slimes. This one also comes with some more clear slime, a clay potato, and other add-ins to make it look more realistic. It is super fun to assemble, and I love how cute the little potato is. Doesn't look exactly like mashed potatoes, but looks more like a potato with gravy. But if you mix it up, I guess it does become mashed potatoes. The clay potato was super soft, really easy to mix in, and once mixed in, it turns into another creamy jelly slime, cloud cream type of slime. I loved seeing the colors throughout it. It's another fluffy texture that inflates a ton. This one gets sizzly and foamy as well. Next, we have fresh pear juice, which is a coated water jelly slime or a coated clear slime. This one is scented just like Asian pears, which smells so good to me, a really nice scent. It is super clear for being how scented it is, but it does have like this really interesting, slightly cloudy bluish purple tint to it that makes it so that it's not like 100% clear, but still very, very clear. The texture of it is very jiggly, it's super chewy, very bouncy, great for bubble pops and table play. And it also comes with a pear juice bottle and 2 leaf charms. Next up is another DIY clay slime, and this is called Rudolph Cake. It comes with another clicky, chewy, slightly thin and jiggly, a white glue base that is super glossy and clicky. Overall, very fun to play with, so make sure to enjoy the bases before you add in the clay pieces. This one comes with a variety of add-ins, a clay Rudolph, some clay little frosting pieces, female slices, glitters, and a little Christmas decoration. Really matches the overall Christmas vibe, which of course passed, but I love how cute it is. The little Rudolph is so adorable. The clay Rudolph was still soft and easy to mix in. I loved squishing it, and as you notice, some of the coloring did get on my hands, but the tiny little like clay swirls were a little dried out, so I just let it sit in there and I'll mix it in the next day. Again, it turns into another fluffy, chewy clay slime, great for bubble pops and inflating. Very similar texture to most of the other DIY clay slimes. This one I believe is supposed to be scented like candy canes, but to me it smells like a vanilla frosting cake. I don't really smell any peppermint. Still smells super delicious and sweet and matches the name as well. And as you can see, some of the glitters do get stuck on your hands a little. Next up is another coated water jelly slime, and this is called Fruits of Love. It is a red clear slime that has some jelly cubes in it, comes with a ton of gold glitter, other add-ins. There are berries, red foam beads, some green sprinkles, and a charm. So what I did with those little red berries was that I teared them apart so I can add it into the slime. This texture is scented just like a fruity plum, and the texture is like any other coated water jelly. Slightly thin, a bit jiggly, super bouncy and chewy. Really great for bubble pops and table play. This one was slightly underactivated, so I did activate it some more to make it a little thicker, which did make better bubble pops. The last slime that I purchased is called Krispy Kirby, and after that we have 2 extra slimes. So this one is a clear base snow fizz slime that I believe is supposed to be partially pink and a little yellow, but the outer parts of the pink did fade, but you can see it when I start mixing it. It comes with a Kirby charm, a lot of add-ins. There are flowers, glitters, rainbows, and star shields. And of course, this texture is super crispy, super crunchy, packed with snow fizz. And overall, really enjoyed mixing it. It turns into a light peach color, super crunchy, very stretchy, inflates a ton. Definitely recommend any of Rodem Slime's Snow Fizzes. They're one of my favorite shops to purchase those textures from. The scent for this, I believe, is a cherry, and it's a very unique cherry scent that I haven't smelled before. It smells very sweet, almost like a cherry almond. have our 2 extra or gifted slimes. This is our last DIY clay slime, which is called Winter Princess Cake. This comes with another similar white glue base that is chewy, bouncy, and clicky. It comes with a giant clay piece, which is a heart-shaped cake, which I think is super gorgeous. It also comes with some things to add on top, some pearls, some snowflakes, and tiny pearls, and a crown charm. The clay piece was ultra soft and of course very easy to mix in. Once fully mixed, it turns into a pretty clay heavy, fluffy clay slime. My favorite texture out of this whole package. So I'm really glad this one was gifted to me, and I believe the reason this was gifted to me was because I was the 3rd largest order, so I got this free DIY clay slime. But if you do purchase a lot, you also get another 7-ounce. The scent blend for this is a Tiffany cake and milk. To me, it smells very similar to the Rudolph cake, like a vanilla frosting cake. And lastly, from Rodem Slime in this package, we have Merry Chocoball, which is, I believe, a chocolate raisin scented white glue based semi-foam. It's definitely a fruity scent with a hint of chocolate. There are a little bit of Bingsu beads in it, and I also found a chocolate Cheerio charm. It's more of a semi-thick texture, but I love how glossy and clicky it is, and it makes amazing bubble pops. Anyways, that is all for this Rodem slime review. They are, of course, still my favorite underrated slime shop. They sell so many detailed DIY clay slimes. I would suggest any of their textures, recommend trying them out. I really hope you enjoyed this super long review video. It took a lot of effort to film and edit. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!